Welcome back, sports fans, to the only CalTV show that's making it to the Sweet 16. I'm Dan Fiedler.
And I'm Daphne Pepinidis.
Today we're going back
and forth.
Let's talk about ladies hoops first. The Cal women's basketball team garnered a 3 seed in the NCAA Tournament, and they'll square off against 14-seeded San Diego with number 6 George Washington, number 2 Rutgers, and number 1 UConn waiting in the wings. So Daphne, now that we have our bracket right in front of us here, tell me when and to whom the Golden Bears are going to go down.
Okay, Dan, so I got my bracket in front of me now.
Okay.
And we got Cal, obviously they're going to take out 14 seed San Diego, right? They got a 3 seed, no problem there. George Washington, 6 seed, I think they can definitely take them. I got them going out in the Sweet 16 to Rutgers. They played Rutgers early in the year. At the time, they only scored 51 points on them. Rutgers is a very good defensive team. It was their season low in points at the time until they got blown out by Stanford in the Pac-10 tournament. I
agree with your assessment here, and I sort of think that the Cal Bears got a little lucky, you know. There are some really good 6 seeds out there. Ohio State, Pittsburgh, Arizona State. These are teams that could definitely potentially knock off the Golden Bears were they in their bracket. But I think that George Washington is probably the worst 6 seed, and because of that, they're going to make it to the Sweet 16 when they otherwise would not.
Moving on to men's basketball now, our California Golden Bears expectedly did not make the NCAA Tournament, however, a little unexpectedly did make the NIT. So Dan, now the question is, with a 3 seed, how big of a deal would it be for Cal to actually win this tournament?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think it's going to be a big deal. The NIT is but a consolation tournament, but still winning it, I think, is something to be proud of. To me, what this says, usually the winner of the NIT is the team that can make the best case that they got snubbed from the NCAA Tournament. And I think that it would be a large disappointment if California were to win, because it shows that we know they did not deserve to make it to the NCAA Tournament, but they do have a lot of talent. So if they win the tournament, it would say to me, yeah, we were good enough, but we just played very poorly this year, and we didn't give ourselves a chance to go to the big dance.
I think it would validate them a little bit, just as a decent team. I mean, the team that wins the NIT is not a bad team. They're just a team that, you know, didn't quite make it to the tournament. I mean, this is what I've always said about Cal. I don't think they're a bad team. I know people love to hate on them. I don't think they're a bad team. I think they just happen to play in a very difficult
I see what you mean, but what I'm trying to say is that were Arizona State to win this tournament, they could say, nah, we won the NIT.
Right, because they probably did get snubbed. They probably did get snubbed. They had a better record than Arizona, and Arizona got it. And I feel like Arizona got a little bit, you know,
if Cal were to win, they couldn't say, nah, we belong in the NCAA tournament, because they plainly did not play that well. So it speaks a big disappointment to me that they had the talent to go, they just did not give themselves the chance, and that's why they're playing in the NIT to begin with. Let's switch over to the big dance now. Daphne, we have about 7,000 basketball games to watch this weekend with first and second round NCAA tournament action. So when I'm skipping class to watch basketball, which game should I tune in for the upsets?
Okay, so Dan, here's what I got. I got almost every 10 beating a 7. Actually, I have every 10 beating a 7, okay? So we've got Davidson over Gonzaga, St. Mary's, okay, over Miami, South Alabama over Butler, and Arizona over West Virginia. I don't even think Arizona probably should have made the tournament, but I got a little Pac-10 pride, so I got to put
That's strange. I like that Arizona-West Virginia matchup. You take a look at the teams that they've beaten, and the teams that both of these teams have beaten are very close in terms of difficulty. So I think that even though it's a 7 and a 10, this sort of seems like more of an 8-9 matchup to me. I feel like these teams are going to go right down to the wire. And the Butler, South Alabama, in terms of a 10 and a 7 seed, is going to be very interesting as well. Butler is a team that we know was playing phenomenally in the beginning of the season, but now they've sort of puttered out towards the end. It'll be interesting to see whether now that they're in the tournament, they start to step up their game.
I got a couple of big upsets, though. I got Villanova over Clemson in the first round.
Okay.
And in the second round, you probably won't agree with this one, but I got Indiana over UNC. They're doing it for Kelvin Sampson.
Oh my
UNC
gosh.
choked last year, too.
I was the person who was talking a few weeks ago about Kelvin Sampson.
You were saying that they'd make them better. I was just saying that he wouldn't make them better. But I think that now they're at that point. UNC choked last year, too. That's all. That's it.
Last year is last year. When Hansbrough drops 35 and 15 on Indiana, then we'll be talking. How about that?
Okay.
That's all the time we have for today, sports fans. Hope we helped you fill out your brackets. My name's Dan Fiedler.
And I'm Daphne Pepinidis. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks on Back and Forth.